So, overlays are on point. Thank you. Right, so, my theory on Tarkov is, okay? My theory on Tarkov is, when you first buy the game, okay? When you first buy the game, you, over here? Yes, over there. When you first buy the game, when you buy it in the blurb, all right? The actual wording, it says it's a first-person RPG and MMO game, all right? It doesn't mention at any point that it's a first-person shooting game, all right? That's my theory, okay? Well, it's not a theory, it's true. When you buy the game, it is mentioned as a first-person action and shooting game. Action and MMO, all right? So it's not a first-person shooting. And then when you start in the game, when you first load in for the first time, all you're greeted with is a stash. A stash. With guns in it, with armor, with food. And we as humans and gamers naturally choose to pick the weapons, all right? We naturally choose to pick the weapons, okay? We naturally choose to pick the weapons. We just automatically go for the weapons and think, oh, we need to kill other people, okay? But yet we're not told to do so. Every other shooting game, every first-person shooter has a tutorial. It tells you what buttons to press, what to do, what the goal is. Kill people and loot. It tells you what to do. Like Call of Duty, for example. I'm not sure if it's exactly Call of Duty. When you kill someone, it says, you know, kill someone. This is how to loot the loot box. This is how to get the loot from the guys. You don't get that in Tarkov. You make the decision as a human, as a gamer. We all instantly go towards killing each other, okay? But yeah, if you look at all the mechanics in the game, you've got voice lines, ceasefire, hold your fire, wait here, hold position. You have lots of voice comms that you don't necessarily need to use while you're playing in your own group of people because you're all talking to each other. So why is there so many voice comms in the game when you can't cooperate with player AI? So why is there so many things? Why have you got the ability to press Y and see someone's name? Why is it there? And the question is, why do we always choose to kill each other? So think about this, okay? You've got 10 people in a raid right now, 10 PMCs. You all kill each other. 2 people or 3 people get out of the raid. Those 3 people cannot take the loot of all the other 7 guys. It's impossible. They just can't do it, okay? So the only person winning right there is Tarkov, all right? The only person winning right there is Tarkov. The Tarkov is taking the goods that you have spent rubles on and keeping them. The bullets, they're gone. You can't take them out the raid, you know? And they're expensive, okay? So put it this way. If we had 10 people that went into a raid and all worked together and all ceasefired and all worked as one and chose to kill scavs, raiders, and bosses together, okay? What happens then? Okay, what happens then is you have 10 players all working together as a unit, okay? You get the loot off the scavs, you get the loot off the raiders. If a boss is there, you get the loot off the boss, and the boss is a lot easier to kill because there's 10 of you together. And not only that, when you've cleared out the scavs and you're all working together, you can sweep the entire map and every single area and not be worried about anyone killing you because you can loot everything. You can take everything you can get out. Everyone gets out with loot. No one dies. No one dies. And if someone dies to a scav, that one guy dies, guess what? All the rest of the guys can get that one guy's loot out because it's just one guy. So all the loot gets taken out. All the loot gets brought back in. All right? Everything points towards it being that, you know, we don't need to escape from Tarkov. We can just fix Tarkov. We can just make it better. All the mechanics are there for us to do so. But we just choose, as gamers and as Tarkov players and as people, as humans, we all just choose to kill each other. We make the wrong choice. Maybe it's a massive social experiment from BSG. Maybe they're just seeing how long it takes us to stop being stupid, all right? Maybe it just takes us all to stop being stupid, all right? And learn that if we all cooperate, you know, for example, they're talking about karma systems, okay? For PMCs and scavs. You know, they've got 2 separate factions. There's 2 separate factions. Even the factions from day one were there. Even if it was a case of USEX and bears factioning a little bit and working together. If you find another bear or you find another USEC in raid working together, okay, then that's the thing. Okay, so questions in chat. That's great, but there isn't enough loot to not fight other PMCs. Right. There is 100%. There is 100% on every single map. Okay, There is 100% enough loot for everyone. There is so many places on nearly all the maps, okay, that everyone can make bare profit every time. And by fighting other PMCs, you're not making money. You're killing and taking armor that is only sellable at cost price. You're not getting found in raid items, so the... Thank you, Sol. Thank you, mate. I'll get to you in a second, Sol. Appreciate the sub, dude. Really do. But yeah, think about it. There is lots of loot. There really is a lot of loot. All right. There's so much loot for people to share. And right. Let me just scroll back up. 1 second, guys. I missed a question. Then let me get back to a question. And then Pooter said, "But there's quests for PMC kills." Right. Okay. We're gonna get into this part then. Okay. The quests ask you to kill people. They don't tell you to kill people. They ask you. And if you choose to do that quest, or you choose not to do that quest, you still have the same experience in Tarkov as the other guy. Okay? They have the same experience. So if you do the quest, the only benefit you get is items. Okay? So you don't have to do the quests. The quests mean nothing. You don't gain extra skill. You don't gain extra things that the other person doesn't have. This guy does the quest. This guy doesn't do the quest. This guy has a couple of extra items. This guy has the same experience. You don't get any different game experience. The game's the exact same. They ask you to kill people. They don't tell you. It's not an order. They say, can you kill so many scavs with a shotgun at Shoreline? Can... Thank you, Kraken. President, if you're going to bed, OD, night, my dude. OD, night, my dude. Good night, Testy. Thank you, man. Kraken, thank you for the applause. Thank you, guys. So you don't need the quests. The quests mean nothing. Next wipe, when I do a 0 kill wipe from day one, I can't do many quests, and I can guarantee you, I will do well. I will do well in Tarkov. I can do no kills, and I will survive and do well. All right. So the next thing you're gonna say to me is, oh, TFG. If we don't do quests, we don't get Kappa. All right. And my response to that is, you don't need Kappa if you're not dying. It's simple. You guys all grinding, killing each other for hours and doing shooter-born, and you're all fighting to the death, and you're trying to get out of raids with items, and you're getting killed by exfil campers, and you're finding a vase that you've tried to find for 3 weeks, and you've got a vase, and then you get one-tapped by a hacker the other side of the map, you know? You don't need the Kappa because you're not going to die as much. So that bag and that chest rig that you've got is going to be more than enough to get items out of the raid, plus your gamma. Those 3 slots are not going to make a massive difference. So all those hours of sweating and grinding and being upset at the game and rage quitting and having close calls with death, they mean nothing. Because if you're not dying and you're all working together a little bit more and just cooperating a little bit, even a little bit, you know, even if we start to get an armband, you know, if we get an armband that's a certain colour that we can all identify a friendly group by, and we see, like, you know what, oh, those guys have got the orange armband on, those guys might be friendly, shout ceasefire, boom, 2 groups of 4 or 3 together, straight away, a big group of people, you know? You know, it makes sense. It makes sense. It just makes sense. We have got a whole group, a whole different way of playing Tarkov together, and no one is taking advantage of it. Right now, we've got a group of 10 people. One person is a friendly guy, which is me, and I'm the idiot. I'm the odd one out. I'm the one that people look at like, oh, that's a weird way to play. And, you know, you guys don't, obviously, but most people are like, well, that's weird. Why are you doing that? I want to get to the point where we can have 10 people playing as friendlies, all working together, and the one PMC that kills another PMC, he's the odd one out, that guy. The guy that kills another PMC, he's the odd one out. He is the odd one out. All right? Just think about it. It might sound mental. But if you really think about it, it makes perfect sense. We've got all the tools. We have nowhere telling us to kill each other. Okay? We've got karma systems they want to play. You've got player and PMC scav extracts. You've got player and scav extracts. It makes sense. It makes sense. All right? So that is my opinion on Tarkov. What we need to do to push it forward. We're missing an entire section of the game. Okay, we're missing an entire section of the game. Okay, that we're just not using, but the ability to use is there. And I feel bad. Okay, I feel bad for the people in this game that are yet to experience a friendly encounter. how many people do you guys that come in here all the time, right, on the daily to the stream, that come into the stream afterwards absolutely buzzing and be like, oh, mate, that was amazing. That was awesome. That is the best experience I've ever had in Tarkov, all right? And all the people that just shoot on sight, as much as I might enjoy it, they're never going to experience that if they don't open their minds to a bit of trust and friendliness, you know? And you're not going to get that experience that you get from working together. Like, working together and getting out together is so much fun. Like, it's so much fun. It's refreshing. Tarkov's a toxic game. As a whole, Tarkov is toxic. There are days when you're playing Tarkov, and you guys will all agree, because most of you play Tarkov, that when you've had 3 raids, you've died all 3 times, and you just want to quit. You're like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. There's nothing from stopping you guys doing what I'm doing, going out with just an axe or a hatchet and trying to make friends. I've had 3 people today. 3 people drop red key cards. 3 people. That's 300 million of loot alone that I have been dropped in this one day. Now you're thinking, yeah, but you've been doing this a long time. I've been doing this for 53 days. 53 days. The game's been out for 4 years. And I've had 300 million rubles dropped today for me because I've been friendly. Who's winning? The ones that you guys that are, you know, you guys, and I'm not saying necessarily you guys, but the community that kill each other and get out with a non-founding raid X grid and an M4, or me that's going around making people's days for free, giving people good experiences and getting out with ridiculous loot and people offering to help me and giving me items. I'm the one that's sat here now with a community that is literally on a daily basis wanting to come to me to offer me gifts and offer me items to pass out to other people. Like, it makes perfect sense. It literally just makes perfect sense. Like, if I can make someone's day from being sat behind a keyboard at the other side of the world, then why are we not doing it? You know? But yes, that is my opinion on Tarkov right now. All right. Yes, that's it. All right. Now let's get back into game.